Welcome, my beautiful Geminis. How are you? This is your August 2022 reading where I channel spirit and bring you messages of empowerment and love and support. So what I'd like to do is tune into spirit and channel your message, and let's see what you need to hear for the month of August. Let's get started. All right. So firstly, we get, the assertiveness card. Then we get be honest with yourself. And last but not least, listen. Oh God, aren't you being told? This is very interesting because when we get such a flow of messages, there's some big stuff going on with you at the moment. And you know what? It's not external, it's all internal. So you sensitive souls, you. So we all know Geminis like to be, two separate type of versions of themselves. One that comes out, and then there's the one that goes internal. Now for this reading, I feel like I'm talking to the internal part of you. The internal part that is thinking all the thoughts, feeling all the feels, vibing all the vibes, and not sharing it. So this is the personal side to you. So this may, not sit well with you, this reading. This may trigger you a little bit. But every time I get triggered, I know that there's some work for me to delve into and to visit. So I feel like this is almost in August a real spiritual, energetic shift for you. Knowing that in August we've got the Lion's Gate, the 8th of the 8th, which really vibrates us to a new frequency. And I feel like August is going to be a real stepping stone for you personally. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. It's all you. So the first card we get is the assertiveness. And I'm going to read this one. It says, this situation can be healed gently and with love as you've requested. Yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand right behind you as you speak your truth, given your strength and guiding your words. So even though this refers to other people, this reading is all about you. And when you work on yourself, it's going to be easier to be around other people. It's going to be easier to speak with other people and to be present. So I really feel like recently you've been checking out, as in you're there, you're physically there, you're in conversations, but you're elsewhere in your mind. And you know what? We all do it from time to time, but you more so recently. So in the month of August, it's going to be a time where you're going to be able to really have a think about what you're thinking about. What is it that you're focusing on? Where are you checking out? And what is it that needs to change? Because it's almost like I'm hearing you're beating yourself up, like you're not working hard enough, you're not earning enough money, you're not doing enough, you're not being present in your life. And the thing is, it's because you just check out mentally. You're not checking out emotionally, it's mentally. It's your mind frame. And the thing is, it's time that you can literally stop, be okay with what you're thinking about, but don't stay there. Don't just keep focusing. I feel like I've got a bit of a record that plays the same song over and over again. And you may be exactly doing that. You may be playing a song over and over again. You may be listening to one song that keeps taking you back to a place. Now, I know songs really our emotional link for different events and different times in our lives. So be mindful what songs are playing around you on the radio. Listen out for words of encouragement. And even those songs that take us back to past relationships where there may have been heartache, that sort of thing, visit it. Let yourself go there, but only for brief times. Don't live there, okay? Because it's a real big time for... So the assertiveness was more so you letting yourself take the lead. You don't have to be drawn by your thoughts, because you know what? We can't literally, it's impossible to have both a positive thought and a negative thought at the same time. We can't do that. So be very mindful of what you're thinking and know what you're thinking, but just don't stay there. So try and start replacing your thoughts actively. Take that, assertiveness to change it from the negative thought to a positive thought. And really be honest with yourself, because there's an aspect to you that you're going, oh, there's not an issue here, there's not a problem. But you're really internalizing stuff and not sharing it with others. And even though I said this is not about other people, this is about you, it's high time that you start talking through what you're thinking about, because that other version of you, that external, that person who likes to get amongst it, they're waiting for you to let them have a bit more fun. But because you're in this thought pattern, this cycle, it's a little bit imbalanced. And because you're the twins, you want to have equally fun. You want to think equally but act equally, okay? And at the moment, it's a bit heavy on the thinking mental side. So just let yourself go into the action part where you're just, if you're thinking too hard about something, walk it off, run it off, swim it off, talk it off, or watch a comedy and laugh it off, okay? You got to balance that out. And be honest with yourself. Let yourself know that, if you're, I don't want to say spiraling, because I don't think you're spiraling. You're just thinking deeply a little bit too much. And I just want to switch that off a little bit. Okay, so it's more action orientated. So move. I feel like you've got to move your body, move those emotions or those thoughts into action. All right, and it's okay if you feel like you're not doing great at times. Admit it. Who cares? We're all human doing the human existence, right? But really take a look at yourself, because, sometimes at the end of the week, if I'm feeling a little average or maybe a bit anxious or depleted or whatever it may be, I have to play out what's happened to me that week, because I'm in it, I forget how much I've been through. And if I write it down and just go, holy shit, my week has been so triggering, no wonder I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And then sometimes I think, wow, I'm doing so good, I should be feeling so much worse. And here I was feeling sorry for myself, but I'm actually in line with what's going on around me. And that's what's happening with you. You're actually doing better than you actually think. But what the last card is listen. So listen to your body. Listen to what's going on, Are you racing around and all of a sudden spraining your ankle? Are you in a job you don't like and all of a sudden injuring your finger? Are you in conversations where people are saying things and it's pissing you right off and it's just triggering you? Well, all these things are signs from the universe for you to listen to what's going on around you. Maybe it's time for a change. Maybe it's time to slow down. Maybe it's time to look at those things that are pissing you off inside of you. And you know what? And this is something I've listened to or learned recently. We're all taught to say, if somebody around you is got a trait that is pissing you off, we want to look internally at what that trait is in us. For example, if somebody interrupts you all the time and you get so frustrated to get interrupted, and then you realize, hey, I interrupt. So then you start working on yourself and you don't interrupt as much, or if you do, you're aware of it and you're mindful of it. So there's progress and healing. So then when other people start interrupting you, you're just mindful of it and you just sort of smile knowingly, but it doesn't actually piss you off because you've worked on it for yourself. But there may be traits in other people that simply you have worked on in yourself, and it's not something you need to work on. It's just simply that they're energetically at a different vibration and you just don't vibe. So not everybody is our teacher. Even though that's what I've said up until now to everybody. I always say, everybody's our biggest teacher. Our relationships, teachers, our children, our teachers, our partners, our teachers, our parents, our teachers. Yeah. That's true to an extent. But really, we need to listen to what's going on within us, because maybe those people have taught us all we need to learn and we've learned the lessons. And now it's time to realize that maybe we just don't vibe with those people and we need to step away. And that's okay too. So just be mindful how you're getting triggered around you. But it's not about the people around you, it's about you. It's very much about getting to know who you are now, because you are the best version you've ever been. You are literally the wisest you've ever been, the oldest you've ever been. So don't worry about the external for now. Take this month in August to really take a listen to yourself. See what you're telling yourself. Hear yourself. Feel into your body. What are you creating within you? And be assertive enough to change whatever needs to be changed. And step in to the new month of September, having done the work in August. And this is very personal. But do share it with someone, whether it be a friend, family member, counsellor, or write it on paper and even burn it. But we're stepping into the new frequency of the 8-8 Lionsgate portal. So there's going to be huge shifts going on internally for you. But do voice it, even if you look in the mirror and talk to yourself about it. Give yourself a good talking to. But it's going to be a big shift for you, Gemini, in the month of August, but you've got this. You can handle this because you're ready. Because you're at a point where you're just sort of sick of how things are going, and it's up to you to change it. And you're going to be completely supported because your angels, your spiritual team, they're here to say you've got this. So keep moving forward. And you are doing fantastic. Please comment. Tell me how this resonates for you. Have the conversation below. Share, like, subscribe, all those beautiful YouTube things. But thank you very much for tuning in. And be kind to others. But you know what? This month, especially, be kind to yourself. Take care. Peace out.